What dominant and secondary themes are established early in King Henry IV? Treachery and promiscuity, love and loyalty, rebellion and honor, war and peace. Answer: rebellion and honor. A little more than half the lines in Henry IV are in blank verse. The other half are in dash, rhyming couplets, exposition, poetry, prose. Answer: prose. What is the plot center of the play? The relationship between Prince Hal and his lusty companion Falstaff, the unveiling of Hatspur's cowardice through mystical revelations, love unrequited and loyalty, the conflict between King Henry IV and the Percy family. Answer: the conflict between King Henry IV and the Percy family. When the play was first produced, Falstaff was known by which other name? Sir John Oldcastle, Lord Coble, Gadshill, Douglas. Answer: Sir John Oldcastle. A passion for shake meant an interest in dash, bedding prostitutes, playing a gambling, drinking a strong sherry type wine, robbery. Answer: drinking a strong sherry type wine. The usual punishment for robbery in Shakespeare's England was dash, prison, stoning, death by hanging, death by shoot. Answer: death by hanging. For dramatic effect, Shakespeare manipulates the age of Henry IV by dash, adding more characters, adding years, subtracting years, speeding up time to avoidance him from a very young man to an elder. Answer: speeding up time to advance him from a very young man to an elder. By an act passed in 1603, Elizabethan actors were forbidden to dash, play the parts of prostitutes, kiss another actor under the age of 14, use biblical quotations on stage, female actors to act. Answer: use biblical quotations on stage. Mistress quickly accuses Falstaff of all but which of the following? Swearing in public, owing her for a dozen shirts, owing a big bill for drinks between meals, owing her for more jewels. Answer: swearing in public. Glendower Claims powers as a dash, mind reader, king, well-educated astronomer, magician. Answer: magician. Where is the typical turning point in a Shakespearean play? Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4. Answer: Act 3. Who says the following? Give me life, which if I can save, so if not, honor comes unlocked for, and there is an end. Glendower, Prince Hal, King Henry, Falstaff. Answer: Falstaff. Who says the following? If all the year were playing holidays, to sport would be as tedious as to work. Lady Percy, Prince John of Lancaster, King Henry, Prince Hal. Answer: Prince Hal. Who says the following? I better broke the laws of brittle life than those proud titles thou hast won of me. King Henry, Prince Hal, the Earl of Northumberland, Hotspur. Answer: Hotspur. Who delivers the closing speech of the play? King Henry, Northumberland, Westmoreland, Mortimer. Answer: King Henry. How long does Hatspur have to wait for Glendower's assistance? 8 days, 10 days, 12 days, 14 days. Answer: 14 days. What does the prince offer to do to save lives? Battle Hatspur alone, right at treaty, lead the battle himself, give his relationship to Hatspur. Answer: battle Hatspur alone. What does the mistress do after the truth of the robbery is made known? Pours more beer, runs away, demands the money, leaves the scene. Answer: leaves the scene. Who pledges to kill the king in battle? Worcester, Vernon, Douglas, Hatspur. Answer: Douglas. What is Lancaster's title? Prince, Lord, Earl, Duke. Answer: Lord. What does Glendower do that annoys Hatspur? Talks about needless topics, lies, commands more respect than he deserves, tells supernatural tales. Answer: tells supernatural tales. Who is happy that Northumberland is not coming to the battle? Hatspur, Mortimer, Worcester, Archbishop. Answer: Hatspur. What does the prince promise to be more like in the future after being scolded by his father, his mother, his brother, himself? Answer: himself. How many men are in the king's army? 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Answer: 30,000. Who brings a horse for Hatspur while his wife is talking to him? The messenger, the ostler, the attendant, the butler. Answer: the butler. Why are people hesitant to support Hatspur's plan? It is risky, it is expensive, it is chaotic, it is dangerous. Answer: it is dangerous. Who helps save the king's life on the battlefield? Blunt, the prince, Lancaster, Angus. Answer: the prince. What is the name of the tavern that the prince frequents? Pigeon Hole, Rabbit's Hole, Boy's Head, Deer Head. Answer: Boy's Head. What does Hatspur admit to his wife before he leaves again? She will be queen, he is divorcing her, she is his life, he loves her. Answer: he loves her. What does Falstaff do to support his false story? Cut his arm, tore his clothes, burrished himself, damaged his sword. Answer: damaged his sword. What does the prince blame for the thing his father scolds him for? His friends, his youth, his fear, his education. Answer: his youth. Why Prince Henry asked to withdraw from battle? He is old, he must deliver the message, he is the heir, he is wounded. Answer: he is wounded. What does Worcester say he does not fear? Dishonor, responsibility, death, prison. Answer: death. What fault is pointed out to Hatspur At the beginning of Act 3, his weakness, his youth, his fear, his pride. Answer: his pride. Where is the tavern that the prince frequents? Cheapshire, West Cheap, East Cheap, Cheapshire. Answer: East Cheap. Who calls Falstaff's men beggars? Bardolph, himself, the king, the prince. Answer: the prince. Who does King Henry compare his son to while scolding him? King Richard, Northumberland, Henry Percy, Archibald. Answer: King Richard. How many men really attack Falstaff? 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer: 2. What does Falstaff say is pricking at him before the battle? His honor, his stomach, his courage, his fear. Answer: his honor. What does Hatspur tell his wife when she asks about his plans? He will kill the king, he will be king, he will follow his father, he is leaving that day. Answer: he is leaving that day. At what tavern do Falstaff and friends congregate? The Boar's Head, the Shaw's Ear, the Pearl and Swine, the Ford of Sevens. Answer: the Boar's Head. Where does the final battle of the play take place? Falkirk, Yorktown, Shrewsbury, Shropshire. Answer: Shrewsbury. Who was king before Henry IV? Edward III, Richard II, Henry III, Richard III. Answer: Richard II. Why does Harry say he is spending so much time with Falstaff? To learn the old man's secret of thievery, to escape his father whom he hates, to trick Hotspur into thinking that he is a drunkard, to lower expectations so that when he chooses to act kingly, he will impress us all the more. Answer: to lower expectations so that when he chooses to act kingly, he will impress us all the more. Why does Kate confront Hotspur? He has not eaten well, slept well, he is plotting against her secret lover, he is having an affair with Mistress Quickly. Answer: he has not eaten well. How do the Percys justify their rebellion? They say that Henry is a cruel and sadistic king. They say that Henry has wasted the wealth of England fighting the Saracens. They say that Henry attained the throne through witchcraft. They say that Henry is ungrateful for the role they played in helping him seize the throne. Answer: they say that Henry is ungrateful for the role they played in helping him seize the throne. In the battle, what does Falstaff carry in place of a pistol? A dagger, a skin of wine, a purse full of gold to bribe his enemies? Nothing. Answer: a skin of wine. Who kills Hotspur? Kate, Falstaff, King Henry, Harry. Answer: Harry. Why does Henry decided to execute Worcester? He diversely chose not to convey Henry's peace offering to Hotspur. He stole Henry's daughter and held her for ransom. He is in league with France to overthrow England. He is a Saracen. He devisely chose not to convey Henry's peace offering to Hatspur. Approximately when was the play written? 1564, 1582, 1596, 1612. Answer: 1596. What is Glendower's nationality? Irish, Welsh, French, Scottish. Answer: Welsh. What is the Douglas nationality? English, Welsh, French, Scottish. Answer: Scottish. To what family does Hatspur belong? Percy, Woodville, Lancaster, Plantagenet. Answer: Percy. Who is John of Lancaster? Harry's older brother, Harry's brother-in-law, Harry's younger brother, Harry's nephew. Answer: Harry's younger brother. With whom does Harry trick Falstaff during the robbery? Hotspur, Poins, Bardolph, Gadshill. Answer: Poins. Where did Gadshill get his name? From a search, from a theatre poster, from the Queen herself, from a place where he has staged many robberies. Answer: from a place where he has staged many robberies. How does Falstaff survive the battle? By fighting fearlessly, by playing dead, by hiding underwater, by fleeing to France. By playing dead. What is Falstaff's favorite literary device? The mixed metaphor, the metonymy, the pun, prosopopoeia. Answer: the pun. What is Falstaff's first name? John, James, Joseph, Jasper. Answer: John. Which captive does Hatspur wish to have released? Bolingbroke, York, Edmund of Novel, Mortimer. Answer: Mortimer. How does the Archbishop of York feel about the king? He loves him as a brother. He tolerates him, but only because Henry's regime is so profitable to the church. He pretends to love him while secretly hoping for the rebels to defeat him. He is an active participant in the rebellion against the king. Answer: he is an active participant in the rebellion against the king. Why does Hatspur's father say he will not go to battle? It cannot be won. He is too sick. He is racked with grief over his wife's suicide. He has recently discovered that Henry is his cousin. Answer: he is too sick. How did Henry obtain crown? He inherited it from his father. He won it in a jousting tournament. He took it in a revolution. He was given it by the Archbishop of Canterbury after the death of Lord Hastings. Answer: he took it in a revolution. Which of the following traits do Harry and Hotspur have in common? Age, love for Kate, quick temper, sexual promiscuity. Answer: age. Who kills Falstaff? Henry, Hotspur, the Douglas. Falstaff does not die in the play. Answer: Falstaff does not die in the play. Why does King Henry IV wish his son had been switched with at birth? Falstaff, Hotspur, Blunt, Prince Hal. Answer: Hotspur. Who says the opening words in the play? King Henry IV, Prince Hal, Falstaff, Blunt. Answer: King Henry IV. Who asks Prince Hal what the time is? Hotspur, Worcester, Falstaff, Blunt. Answer: Falstaff. Who joins Hotspur in his plan to overthrow the king? Bardolph and Falstaff, Prince Hal and Poins, Worcester and Northumberland, Blunt and Falstaff. Answer: Worcester and Northumberland. Who is the king's servant? Blunt, Poins, Peto, Bardolph. Answer: Blunt. Who joins Prince Hal in robbing Falstaff? Poins, Peto, Gadshill, Blunt. Answer: Poins. Who is Hotspur's wife? Lady Mary, Lady Percy, Lady Bardolph, Lady Johnson. Answer: Lady Percy. Who is working with Falstaff to try to rob the carriers? Bardolph, Gadshill, Peto, Hotspur. Answer: Gadshill. Who mocks version of Prince Hal and the king with Prince Henry? Blunt, Peto, Hotspur, Falstaff. Answer: Falstaff. Who lies about being robbed? Falstaff, Gadshill, Hotspur, Poins. Answer: Falstaff. Who does Falstaff try to swindle? Poins, the prince, the hostess, the maid. Answer: the hostess. Who is the leader of the Welsh Rebels? Glendower, Worcester, Hal, Northumberland. Answer: Worcester. Who does Prince Henry IV promise to kill? Glendower, Bardolph, Hotspur, Richard III. Answer: Hotspur. Who did King Henry IV overthrow to become king? Hotspur, Richard II, Vernon, Worcester. Answer: Richard II. Who does Falstaff think have an ugly face? Peto, Hal, Blunt, Bardolph. Answer: Bardolph. Who is too sick to join the battle? Falstaff, Henry V, Poins, Northumberland. Answer: Northumberland. What does Falstaff do with his job of gathering men to fight in the army? He gets many able-bodied men willing to fight. He forgets completely. He brings back beggars because he took money from men not wanting to fight. He switches to the rebels' side. Answer: he gets money able-bodied men willing to fight. What does James mean? Ankle fetters, rum, petticoats, beautiful woman. Answer: ankle fetters. When does Hotspur decide to do after Blunt gives him the message? Attack that night, retreat for a while, celebrate victory, give up completely. Answer: retreat for a while. Who debates Hotspur's army's chance of winning? Blunt and Northumberland, Hotspur and Hal, Falstaff and Bardolph, Sir Michael and Archbishop. Answer: Sir Michael and Archbishop. What is the closest? The god of war, an army, a large statue, A sword. Answer. A large statue. What is compared to Hydra? The amount of king impostors, the rebels' army, Hatspur's ego, the amount of beggars in the army. Answer. The rebels' army. Who kills Hatspur? Hal. Hatspur killed herself. Northumberland. Falstaff. Answer. Hal. Who pretended to kill Hatspur? Hal. Glendower. Northumberland. Falstaff. Answer. Falstaff. Who wins the battle? The rebels, the pub goers, the king and his army, the court. Answer. The king and his army. Okay friends, thanks for watching.